the way, cause I don't play clown. Book, takes it with you on the way down. Up, in the way, cause I don't play clown. Book, takes it with you on the way down. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal.
And what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the real world that our children live in, not the ideal one that we want them to live in, not this wonderful world that we pray that will come here one day, but the real world that they have to live in. You want to know why they're acting so crazy? You want to know why they're doing the things that they're doing? Because we have not prepared them to live in this real world. We have sent them through 12 years of school teaching them this dumb stuff that doesn't work, and when they go out and try to apply it and get killed for it, we are not there.
Me an animal. I eat a fake motherfucker like a cannibal. And I don't even understand how he got that far. Cause every time he write a rhyme, it's about his goddamn card. You know the top 10 hottest in the fucking game? Well, 8 of them niggas fucking lame. It's a fucking shame how y'all put them on a pedestal. But I figure you ain't got nothing better to do.
Pinky ring up to the moon. And girl, I'm so damn into you. I'm done with these models and done with these bottles. Girl, I'm just trying to talk to you. We don't have to go to the room, but girl, best believe if we do that we getting out of the bottles, my party. So yeah, but that's all of the truth. And we can go as far as you want to, cause ain't nobody finna stop you. We ain't debumping out of this water. When we fornicating back at the time, then that Marilla go off on my phone. I pick up to you saying you home alone. I hop in the whip and I should persist on the wrist of your pistol, cause I know that it's going down tonight. Let's fuck it up now, this merry go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, and what's it gon' cost her? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost her? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. So many missed calls, I understand why you was pissed off. Let me explain for a minute before you start jumping to conclusion. I really don't understand what you doing this. Chill for a minute, let me explain this. I'm sorry for all the attention I ain't paying. All of this time to give me brain, yeah, I paid it. The only one to do better than a man shit. Yeah, you baby, all day, baby. You be on my mom, best believe I ain't playing. Stay up on my grind just for you is what I'm saying. Make a move for you, be on my sculpture on the daily. So maybe be less insecure, cause you the best and that I can ensure. Like Geico, when you progressive that I can't ignore. My A1, you my lady, and that's for sure, so stop it. Ready your head just to go and pop shit off. Also bitches that ain't even really jogging, dog. You tripping, baby, I ain't even got no options, though. And if I did, I'm in my pockets, you could plead me. Oh, goddamn, you don't understand it. We don't do much, you should be begging cause I'm damaged. You hit me down before I hit them blessings. You fucking up the ground like a bandit. Play vacation, motivation, keep me in the studio, see deprivation. Got me going crazy, though, my body shaking. Think about that body and the love we making faces. We used to be together forever and ever, for worse or for better. And poor each other, it don't matter. You was running my grind, on my pockets fat. A house with a glass, one up in this got shut out tonight. Let's fuck it up now, this maybe go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost her? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost her? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? This is She Said, She Said. It is Shame Sunday. How y'all? Shame. I hope everybody is well. Welcome to another episode. Trigger warnings all through the episode. Prepare yourself. Hard topics. We're going to learn some things today. We're going to share and reflect. Because we all need to be shamed when it comes to filicide. Filicide is when a parent deletes their own child. So we're going to discuss this today. It's definitely always been in existence, but it's absolutely an epidemic, and it's been recorded. Filicide is the deliberate act of a parent deleting their own child, deleting one's son and or daughter, family as a whole. Yeah, it's going to get serious today. So get your seatbelts, get your tissues. I don't know if y'all ready. It's a topic people don't like to talk about, but the shame is on all of us. We are the outsiders when women get pregnant and have to take care of child. It's very strong responsibility, and it's hard for many. And it's always been a struggle, and you never know. So we have to have this discussion to prepare the young women for the challenges that they may have just getting pregnant, attempting to get pregnant, going through the pregnancy, and raising children. It's very hard. So I'm bringing shame on all of us today. Today we all need to have a little self-reflection on what we do and how we support others. Shame. Say what's up to everybody in the chat. How y'all doing? She's So Lucky is in the chat. Hey, love, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hard topic today. We're going to talk about it. Take heed to the messages in the building. How you doing, sis? Appreciate you pulling in. Lady Navoa. Hey, love, I'm here till church, and I'll play back where I left off. Awesome. Appreciate it. You are appreciated. Sending love and light, and hope you're feeling better. Holler at me if you need me. We all need to be graceful to one another. Square Roots is in the building. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Shame Sunday. Red Lipstick Vibes. My sister's in the building, listening in. Y'all get your tissues, man. It's a serious topic. A lot of us struggle through this thing called motherhood and pregnancy. And we're going to discuss some stuff. It's rampant in this country. As you guys have been seeing, I'm sure most of you are not ignorant to the news and how abundant parents are deleting their children. There's five types. And we all need to be aware. These things are very important for families and friends to know of, so we can see signs and symptoms of people struggling through these challenges in life, because it's not easy. That's one thing we need to point out to our young folks, that it's not easy being with child. With a large family, with a small family, doing it by yourself, it's not easy. Each pregnancy is different, and it will affect you and the family differently. So, it's going to be some learning in here. It's going to be some sharing, because sometimes we make it look really good. I've had 3 successful pregnancies, but each one was very different. They affected me very differently, and I appreciate all of the support that I've had, and the people that I was able to call to say I'm struggling right now, and they assisted me with just, calming me and reassuring me. And, that's very important for us to do that to each other and assist each other, for the long haul, because it's always going to be struggles through parenthood. Always. The 5 types of filicide. One, altruistic, and that's out of love, for fear of survival, concerns of their well-being. A lot of it is fear that their children are not going to be okay. And a lot of times when it's altruistic, the parent is considering suicide themselves. So the fear of leaving their children, for others to take care of them and not love them, or whatever the case may be. That's the first one. 2, oh man, acutely psychotic. This is the only one where you're pretty much psychotic. 3, accidental filicide, fatal maltreatment, shaking baby, rolling over on them, suffocating them while feeding. And those things are accidental, and we really need to be mindful when they say don't sleep with the baby in the bed. Don't sleep with the baby in the bed. Have those special boppy pillows and such to keep both of you away from the child, because you absolutely can suffocate your child without knowing, especially if you're a heavy sleeper. 4, an unwanted child. Some people just delete them because they're unwanted. 5, spouse revenge filicide, out of spite. So only one is psychotic. The others is intentional for whatever reasons, circumstantial, whatever, but it exists. And until the 16th and 17th century, it wasn't considered a crime. You know, people had their reasons to not take care of their children. You know, things were different. We couldn't afford to feed them all. And, you know, there was no contraception and, you know, disabilities and such. Yeah, they just did what they needed to do. How you doing, Corey Haggard? Welcome, welcome, new faces. Guys, send some love. Today we are discussing a hard topic, filicide. Parents who struggle with parenting and life itself, and they choose to delete their children. And it's something that we all do not want to talk about. And we need to be aware because, you know, shame on us for not supporting one another and, you know, bringing this forward and showing a self-reflection today. Hopefully we'll be more aware and support, you know, and it's just kindness. We always push kindness at Harris Tribe Media Group. You know, see a pregnant woman in store, you know, you give up your seat. You know, it's little things that help because you never know what someone is going through. Knowledge and relationships is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grab your tissues. It's going to be a serious topic today. World class is in the building. Welcome, welcome. Again, we all need to support one another, you know, especially the women who become pregnant, because we never know psychologically, biologically, what's happening. And there's no guarantee, you know. That's why we all need to be really aware, and we need to teach these things to the people under us and younger than us, so they know the possibilities, the effects, you know, because it affects everybody differently. You know, in the history of filicide, it's been in existence since the dawn of mankind. In ancient Greece, Rome times, a father was allowed to kill his own child without legal repercussions. And we can all imagine the times back then and the circumstances of why, you know, despite the later rise in Christianity, you know, like I said, it didn't change until the 16th, 17th century. And some women were put to the death penalty. So again, till our times, more recent, we have changed that dynamic. And some are, depending on the severity of it, you will be given the death penalty for filicide. Despite the later rise of Christianity and its greatest respect for life, filicide continue, often perpetrated by the mother, who may have claimed the child accidentally suffocated in bed. And it's a lot of that. SIDS is another reason a child can pass away on their own without any signs or symptoms. So we all need to be aware of this, and it affects everybody, the mother, the father, the family as a whole. We all don't know how to support one another when things like this happen. And it, you know, it's more common than you think. Just do your research and you will see news article after news article from state to state, worldwide. It exists. So we all need to do a better job supporting one another when it comes to this, especially our young folk, because they have no clue. They think it's all glitz and glamour when it comes to being a mother and having children, and even just going through the labor. You know, they have no clue of what their bodies is going through. And psychologically, it's challenging. It is very challenging, you know, and women are known to take out their anger, frustration, ups and downs on their partner. This can absolutely be a reason to drive partners away. We don't know how to self-soothe, and I think it has a lot to do with the lack of awareness. Enye's in the building. How you doing, love? Welcome. Ricky is in the building. Welcome, welcome. Reading is fundamental. And I really didn't have to do much. I started babysitting when I was probably like 9, like newborns, truly, and always, you know, was surrounded by children throughout until we decided to have our children. And that's probably another reason why he chose me, because I was surrounded by nieces and nephews, godchildren, always taking the kids to the park and whatnot. Before I got pregnant, the first year we was together, I decided to take a baby nursing class, decided that would be my field of work, at least getting into daycare and such. And this class consisted of Heimlich maneuver and CPR, first aid. It was probably $400. Back in 1998, that was a lot of money. That was rent. But it was a blessing to take that class, because once I graduated from that class, not long after that, maybe 2-3 months, my brother was visiting in my house with 2 or 3 other friends, getting some hair braided, and he choked. He absolutely choked on a large piece of Chinese food, chicken, for cracking a joke. Started laughing and sucked that big piece of chicken back into his throat. Now, mind you, my brother is 6'3", and at the time he was probably 250 pounds. And my little frail 21-year-old self, pretty much just like this, had to perform the Heimlich maneuver on him. Mind you, it was a struggle. It wasn't easy. Because like I said, everybody was joking and thought it was funny. And I jumped right in, got behind them, did a couple of, thrusts, and it didn't work. My brother's very high yellow. He dropped to the floor on his knees, started turning blue, and I hopped on his back and started doing the Heimlich maneuver. It was no joke. I got it out, shot across the room like, you see on TV. And it was psychologically traumatizing for me. It was absolute. My brother's life was in my hands, literally. No 911 would have did anything getting that out of his throat. So I was put to a test. I was put to a real challenge. And we cleaned up, we finished up the hair, everybody was cool, no problems. He was good after that. So hubby comes home. He wasn't my hubby then. He was just my man. And he comes home, I think I'm washing the dishes, and I couldn't even articulate. When he came in and got behind me and asked how my day went, I just bawled. Y'all, oh my goodness, I bawled. It affected me for 3 days. Sometimes when I think about it, or when I see clips of, people choking, it hits me. It really affects me, because I have had to do that on a big guy. So it's absolutely something that, should be implemented in schools. Children, you can teach them how to do it. You can teach yourself how to do it on yourself up against, a dresser, something firm, because these things are so important, guys. They're very important, and you never know. Your children's lives are in your hands. Square root. The powerful story of some mothers in slavery who committed altruistic filicide to protect the child from the horrors of slavery. Yes, preferring to see them dead rather than suffering whites. Trauma, absolutely, yes. Many reasons. We can. It can be a large list. And again, we grew up with the phrase, I brought you in this world, I take you out. That was absolutely something parents let you know. But that story is let you know, because by the end of this show, I'm definitely going to show you guys some videos and give you some tips and tools on CPR and Heimlich maneuver. Because as parents, that is absolutely a class that is worth paying for, because another person's life is in your hands. And you can be choking when your little person is around and they can't help you. So, you have to be prepared to help yourself. And one of our children had to do that in school. In elementary school, our oldest child, who is now 22, will tell you she had to throw herself up against the table because she was choking on something, and none of the aides paid her any attention. And I've had to help a child. Now that I say that, I had to help one of the kids in her school too, and maybe a couple years before that, because he was choking. And his wasn't too bad, so it kind of just came right out once I thrust him on his back. So you guys share this out. We're going to learn some stuff today. We're going to have a little bit of empathy and show mothers some grace. We're 2 weeks away from Mother's Day. which is something we never, again, commercialized holidays. We don't really, stress or make a big deal here in the Harris Tribe Media home because we want to honor our parents all year round. And that day, of course, if they want to make something, we appreciate it, but it's not made such a big deal. Mothers and fathers should be honored every day. Teach that in your home. It's very important. Knowledge, Emily. Thank you, brother. Save your brother's life. Yes, yes, yes. Love my brother, man. And it's free in some community centers. So check your local cities and see where the classes are being had through American Red Cross. They have American Red Cross and we have a CPR, American Heart Association. So those are some of the websites that you can go to find out where these classes are being held and, get it in, take the whole family. Children can be taught as well. You can teach them on little teddy bear or whatever the case may be, but it's possible. Share the knowledge, each one teach one. It's very important. Many times we had to turn around and snatch stuff out the kid's mouth from choking at dinner. Popcorn, anything, but once you practice something, it becomes a habit because it was getting so easy to where I can just see that they choking and turn around and had them look at me and swipe it out their mouth. Usually with children, if you can see it, swipe it out their mouth. Lady Navoa is back. Listening in at church, Shame Sunday. This shame is more kind of focused on us today because we need to be aware of one another, especially the pregnant women, because it's absolutely a epidemic. It is so much more in abundance that families are deleting their children as well as themselves. So things are going on and we're not paying attention to one another. Y'all ready to get your tissues? Let's see what's happening out here.
When she gives birth to a baby, you find she clenches, she screams, she suffers, she goes through pain. I always wondered why. Why does a child not just come into this world with ease and the mother should be laughing and the baby is just there? If Allah desired, He could do it. But He doesn't. He connects tremendous pain that the mother sometimes suffers for 3-4 days in the pangs of birth, trying to give birth to this wonderful creature who's going to come and continue the generation.
Mm-hmm. 3 or 4 days. Some a week, some happen like that. Go in labor, water bursts, you go in, baby comes out. Pretty simple, but not for everybody. It's not guaranteed. Just because your mama had, a whole bunch of easy pregnancies, you're not guaranteed. And they need to be aware.
He connects tremendous pain that the mother sometimes suffers for 3-4 days in the pangs of birth, trying to give birth to this wonderful creature who's going to come and continue the generation. Observe, you will find fathers, if they have problems in their family, will readily walk away from their children because they have no connection of pain with the child. But the mother, with all adversity, the world is collapsing on her, she will hold her baby under her arms and run with it.
What do you think about that? Do you guys agree that cause of such pain and ecstasy all in one? Because granted, it's so much pain, but once that baby comes out, it is a burst of ecstasy. For me, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not sure about you ladies, but to go through that much pain, to have that much release and, such a feel of ecstasy once they place that baby on you, it's something that you can't explain. And men don't have that. So can we agree or disagree that it is a connection that is different for men and women?
You know what connects it? That pain. When she gave that birth, it was so painful. She says, I can never let go. I was watching a panda give birth. Panda in China. See, it's a university. It's a college. It's an indication. Look at you. This panda female was giving birth for 5 days, upside down, putting her feet in the air, banging the wall, you name it, because the pain just was incredible.
It's incredible. Incredible. Days. Incredible. Yeah. Some women scream for epidurals. Some of us go through it naturally. It is an incredible pain. And some women experience some excruciating menstrual pains. It's probably 10 times as much as that. So shout out to the mothers. Shout out to the females who go through it. Even more shout out to the ones who do it without no drugs. I'm just saying. Still the same pain, y'all. You know, just a different pain tolerance. Dopamine that's kicked out. But let's continue.
And I just felt so pity for that creature, really. I said, why is it suffering so much? It's so painful for this creature. And then suddenly that baby comes out and it licks it and it's holding it. And you will be amazed that mother never takes its eye off that creature. And I said, wow, what an attachment. Why that attachment? Is it innate? The pain has connected forever. So Allah says, وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ وَفِصَالُهُ فِي عَمَيْنِ. Pain upon pain. For 2 years she nurtured you. Allah is saying she is so connected to you, respected. For when Allah takes her away from you, you will not know the value of your existence. My brothers, there's much to say. I won't touch into that subject. But the importance of all of us to respect our parents. They are our treasures. That when they walk this earth, our Prophet has said, if you made your skin their shoes, you will not repay them. And how sad that modern society, in television shows, you watch this Bart Simpson and all that rubbish that teach you how to be harsh with parents and everybody is cursing everybody else. It's very bad. Our modern society teaches us to be disrespectful when the value system is in our parents. And it's so much, I can talk about it over and over. And what has shaped me in value, my value system sits on that. That our Prophet has said, if there was anyone else you could have bowed to other than Allah, it would have been your parents.
Absolutely. I believe I looked at my mother as God as a time. I have to honor her. So the shame that I felt that kept me in line was to honor her. Because she surpassed so many adversities, you know. I have to show the honor in my life through her. My present God, you know, so it's important for us to cherish mothers. Lost in Translation podcast is in the building. Welcome, welcome. Mashallah, man. It's something to hear a reflection of the essence of mother and what it's looked at and the connection that we have. It's amazing. With my husband here the whole time, I still felt that infant child as a possession. Mine. I know the best. I know what's right. You know, and it needs to go how I say. I absolutely had that mindset. Not that I pushed him away, shunned him or anything like that, but I was steadfast, upfront, you know, this is what we need to do. If I left at times I would leave a list of stuff that came on PBS, you know, that the child could watch and laid books out. You know, I just kind of put all the information there so he wouldn't struggle looking for stuff or trying to find out what to do to occupy the child's time. So, you know, we got to support each other and be willing to learn and teach each other. And I wanted to be very prepared. So these shows are to prepare you, you know, for us to get a mindset of to preparing others around us, especially the young folks. Don't neglect to give them all of the information because it's a lot, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups and the downs, the wins you want to quit. Talk about it.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So we must never neglect our duty. And that duty is time zoned. You miss it, you can never get it again. When I look at my parents, every single day I cry and I ask myself, are they going before me or am I going before them? And it's a dilemma for me. For if they go before me, it shall be such a tragic loss. And if I go before them, it will be a tragic loss for them. How painful it is. But Allah says, it's okay. Inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Allah is with the patient ones, that you've got this limited time. Raise the banner of Islam. Raise the banner in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet and His Ahlul Bayt. And let your parents come under that banner and you will see what happens to you on the Day of Judgment. For our time is so short that Allah any moment can take them away. I have stories to tell you about people, my friends who've lost their parents. Subhanallah, I see it in their eyes, the terror. And I experienced that and I said, never in my life, may Allah forbid that I should lose that opportunity to have served them well while they walk this earth. That's a priority which I have vowed with myself I will never give up. May Allah give us that strength to all of us, inshallah, for us to do our obligations and duties, that to look at them with reverence and to look at them with respect and to design our lives for their pleasure. For when we were born, they gave up their vacations and their honeymoons and their pleasures to feed us and to take care of us. And we demanded and they fed and they gave. Should that not be sufficient to pay back? I ask that. May Allah give us that strength, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
The repayment of all the sacrifice, the things we don't know, all the hugs and the kisses of the boo-boos and making it happen when they thought it couldn't happen. Square Roots chimed in, agreed. Men don't know the pains of childbearing or the connections that come because of it. My daughter still struggles today because of her mom's lack of connection because she looks like me. That's something. That is a reflection, and that happens a lot. The child looks like the person that the mother despises and treats that child as such. That's shameful. And it happens, and we can't ignore that type of stuff exists. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Hurt people is real. You never know what happens in people's lives and, how it's going to affect them psychologically and, what toxicity they'll pass down to their children. Again, it takes a village, truly. And you really have to be mindful of the village that you choose to be around your children. Find people that are genuine and are willing to help. But you stubborn women need to understand that you need to learn. It's a lot to learn, especially learning your children. And if you're on your phone, if you're consumed with a man that is not your child's father, it's going to take away from you learning your children continually. It don't stop. So, and we have situations like this.
And two brothers say they were driving when a mom nearly threw her toddler in front of their truck.
Cleveland brothers Lavelle Penson and Anthony Brown were working on Wednesday in their beer delivery truck. They were driving down Quincy Avenue near East 55th Street when they saw them.
As we driving down, we see like a lady almost like at an angle position herself, like she's about to throw the little boy in front of the truck. So
Penson stopped the truck and Brown jumped out. That's when Penson started recording this video.
She began to like wrestle with him, choke him, whatever. And I'm like tussling with him. I managed to get him away from him. talk to him. Hey, it's gonna be all right. He crying. I'm like, listen, bro, you're gonna be all right. I got you.
Brown says he then took the child to a security guard at Alfred A. Benish School on the corner before police arrived.
She was trying to throw her children in front of a truck or any passing car. Who knows what she was struggling with? Because this is nothing new. It's been, happening since the dawn of time. But again, it's on us to be aware of our sisters who are struggling, who don't know what's going to happen in the 9 months that they're pregnant, 10 months. And of course, circumstances of life is definitely going to, change the dynamic of what's happening while you're pregnant. A lot of stress will can possibly hurt the child inside. The mental struggles, man. You never know what someone is going through, because I can't imagine. I can't imagine throwing away my child or deleting my child, but it happens so much. We got more.
Montgomery County 911, where's your emergency?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name?
Brandy Worley.
Brandy what?
Worley.
Okay. How do you spell your last name?
Worley.
And where are the children at?
In my daughter's room on the floor.
In your daughter's room on the floor? Okay. And what caused you to do this today?
My husband wanted a divorce and wanted to take my kid.
Okay, and how old are your children?
7 and 3.
Okay. And where did you stab yourself at?
In the neck.
Okay, are you...
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay, and where are you at?
In my living room.
You're in your living room?
Mm-hmm.
Are you armed now with the knife still?
No, it's in my children's room.
Where's your husband at?
Downstairs somewhere.
Okay, what's his condition?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
And when you say downstairs, is he in a basement or?
Yeah.
Okay, what's his name?
Jason.
Nathan?
Jason.
Jason? Jason Worley?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any other weapons with you?
No.
No? Okay. And what are you feeling right now? I mean, you're tired? Are you where?
Yeah. I took a lot of Benadryl.
You took a lot of Benadryl?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the front door unlocked?
No, we don't use it.
You just use the back door?
Yeah, it's on the side. It's unlocked.
Okay. And is there anyone else in the residence besides your children and you and your husband?
I called my mom.
You called your mom? What did she say?
I hang up and call 911. And she'd be here in a second.
The calm in her tone, scary as hell. Does she not know she did something wrong? What do you think? It's hard to hear. A lot of those are available to the public. A lot of 911 calls. And it's statistically a fact that women use less harsh ways to commit suicide. What did you take? Benadryl. Even if you drunk a whole bottle of Benadryl, it ain't gonna delete you. Men will take a gun and delete themselves. They do it severe. Make sure it's done. Hey, Savannah. Welcome, 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 love. Hard topics today. Hard to hear. Hard to see. Filicide. Parents deliberately taking the life of their child. It's more common than you think. There's going to be some lessons in this.
Jania Pratt was charged with criminal homicide and endangering the welfare of a child after a lethal amount of fentanyl was found in her 17-month-old daughter's bloodstream. On April 5th, Charlotte Napper Talley was found unconscious and not breathing with blood in her mouth at her East Hills apartment. She died later at Children's Hospital. When police searched Pratt's apartment for evidence, they found a pink sippy cup containing a drink. Lab tests revealed the drink was mixed with fentanyl.
How did the fentanyl get in the cup? I mean, we have some idea. I'm comfortable that we can charge somebody, and I've authorized that.
Police say Pratt and a male babysitter denied putting fentanyl in the child's cup. Authorities believe the baby got sick and died a short time after drinking from the cup. They believe Pratt was the only person with the child that afternoon. According to the police report, Pratt was hostile and uncooperative at the hospital and hasn't said much since then.
We tried to interview her. She didn't give us any information. It was kind of, I hate to characterize her attitude, except that she was interviewed and she was not helpful. And it's her child.
Meanwhile, Zapala says new sentencing enhancements call for harsher penalties for offenders.
When you put fentanyl in play and somebody dies, I want to see you go to jail. What the sentencing enhancement will do is put somebody in a penitentiary.
Lock them up. Fentanyl in the baby sippy cup. It's bad enough, always yelled at parents for doping them up on Benadryl. These young people are struggling. They know not what they are getting themselves into when they create life. And they have them, and then they want the freedom. They want to not have that child anymore. My life's over. Smoke and Talk is in the building. Good afternoon, everyone. Baltimore is in the building. It's in the building. We really have to preach. Women, females, ladies, elders, please, please preach to these young women. They need to know. They need to know about their bodies. They need to know how hard it is to reproduce life and to be responsible for that life for the long haul. It's very disturbing. It's more common than you think. That's the thing. It's more common than you think. It's probably the sister right around the corner from you, struggling. I don't shame people. I shame behavior. Shame. And we need to do a better job because we know these people. These people have family. Where y'all at? They need support. Would not have been able to go through this successfully. And I have a husband. I tell him that all the time. I needed the support from my mother, my sisters. Needed it when I needed to vent. Let me holler at you. These kids is irritating me, man. I'm tired. It's frustrating. I know I make it look good, but it ain't easy. Can't tell nobody nothing. This is the mindset. But when you become a mother, you need your village. When you become pregnant, you need your village. You need that support. You need all the information possible to bring that life to fruition easy.
This is a work of art.
So shame on us. We need to know what's going on. You need to be positive and optimistic around a pregnant woman. You need to support her. But she needs to know what's going on with her body so she don't take out and be assaulting people and using because she's pregnant that it's okay. It's not okay, ladies. Just shit together. Got your period, you want to scream at people. We create this dynamic. It's okay for you to have an attitude. No, suck that shit up. Because when you become a grown woman and you got to go to work, you got to suck it up. You can't call out for 2 days. You're nauseous. You got a headache. We got to teach them to show some strength in the choices that they make. As you make a hard decision like becoming pregnant, you Got to suck that shit up because it ain't easy. And somebody should have told your ass. This is where I'm at. We make it seem so easy, and it's not. They throwing them away.
A teen mom drives up to the dumpster. In the back seat is her newborn, stuffed in a trash bag. Then you see her coldly tossing the baby boy right into the dumpster like garbage. She drives off, apparently not realizing every move she made was captured on surveillance camera. It's 36 degrees in Hobbs, New Mexico, but the story doesn't end there. Nightfall comes. That same surveillance camera captures a miracle. As 3 dumpster divers scavenge for goods, suddenly they hear what they think is a cat. They retrieve the garbage bag. Miraculously, the baby is alive. You see the woman taking charge, her maternal instincts kicking in. She cradles the baby. You even see her kiss the infant. They call 911.
911, where's your emergency?
We just found a baby in the trash.
Is it breathing?
Yes, ma'am. He still got his umbilical cord. He's whimpering. He was not crying, actually.
The woman in the video seen comforting the child is April Natal.
She could have took him to the hospital, took him to a church, took him somewhere other than throwing him away like a piece of trash.
The teen mom was quickly tracked down. She is 18-year-old Alexia Avila and now faces attempted murder and child abuse charge.
Murder, child abuse, 36 degrees, Mexico. Put the baby in the trash, y'all. This is not new. Again, 46 years old, New York City. They've been throwing babies in the trash. It's absolutely common. This is why our state and cities have created provisions, boxes at certain fire stations or police stations and hospitals to put babies in a box so somebody can grab them instead of finding them in the trash, which was like a weekly news brief that was happening when we was coming up. So it's not changing. So shame on us. Shame on us for not breaking that goddamn cycle. And it's a lack of knowledge. We're misinforming them. We're not giving them enough information and tools and resources to get through this shit. It's not easy being a female. It is not easy making the good decisions and the right choices. It's not easy to keep your damn legs closed. It's not easy to say no. It's not easy for some girls to say, wait, put a condom on. They know not what they're getting themselves into for a lifetime. Because again, this idiot box makes being, a mother look so easy. It's not. You better teach your daughters. You better teach them. What do they do with the babies? They foster care them. They adopt them off. We take care of them. Our tax dollars take care of these babies. If we had enough money, boy, you know how many houses of homes I would have for mothers in distress, mothers who need help because they made some foolish and bad decisions, and now they stuck with a lifetime responsibility that they don't know how to do. It's no joke. And if it's been happening when I was 15, 16 years old, it's 30 years later, y'all, still happening. They even know about the boxes, and the chicks still put the baby in the goddamn trash. Because if I can't have a baby, I don't want nobody to have a baby. 36 degrees is eventually going to die, right? It's horrible. How did they baby live? How did the baby live? I mean, they must have came along quickly. I mean, what we don't understand about humans, babies have an awesome thermostat. They can create heat and warmth on their own. And if these people came around, digging in the trash fast enough, luckily the baby was saved. But they do a lot. It's a lot going on. Drowning, strangling them, suffocating them. And sometimes it is mental. You know, and if we have our young girls walking around delusional as hell, imagine when they have children. You think the delusion stops? You think it just naturally kicks in for everybody? The nurturing instinct of being a mother? It doesn't. It doesn't, especially if you have not been shown that, if you know nothing of it. It's amazing. Got more.
Showing a chilling crime. A mother allegedly pushing her autistic son into the water before running away screaming.
And that wasn't the first time. This woman attempted to do it that time and then actually succeeded doing it a second time.
Showing a chilling crime. A mother allegedly pushing her autistic son into the water before running away screaming. Police say that was the mother's first attempt to kill her son.
Just so heartbreaking. Now she's charged in his murder. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with that heartbreaking video, Janine.
And this is where 9-year-old Alejandro lost his life on Thursday night. But police say before he drowned here, his mom tried to drown him at another body of water. There is video, and we have to warn you, it is disturbing.
The video is shocking and heartbreaking. We're told this is Patricia Ripley walking with her 9-year-old son Alejandro on the bank of a canal in West Kendall. She's stroking his hair, looking around, and in a single move, shoving him into the water.
She kind of got up, started screaming. She called his name a couple times, but it was weird. And then she turned around and ran away screaming.
This witness, who doesn't want to be identified, trying to make sense of what's happening. He says Ripley returns with a bystander, and with another man, they pull Alejandro from the water. Here you can see they dry him off. Neighbors say mom and son then leave.
Kind of stripped him down, dried him off, and she just walked that way. The older couple went into the first hallway.
Police say this was Ripley's first attempt to kill her son, who was autistic and could not speak. About an hour later, they say she led him to another body of water at the Miccosukee Golf and Country Club. His lifeless body would be found the next day. Investigators say Ripley initially told them a bogus ambush and abduction story to explain what happened, setting off an all-out search before she eventually confessed, telling detectives Alejandro's, quote, going to be in a better place. She now faces a charge of first-degree murder and attempted murder as a community grieves the loss of a little boy.
And in fact, the memorial here in Southwest Miami-Dade for Alejandro grows with flowers and balloons. We did speak briefly to a family member earlier today. She says she can't say much on the advice of lawyers, but she did say that the family is doing what they can to keep it together. We're in Southwest Miami-Dade. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
The common phrase from a mother: you'll be in a better place. Away from your crazy ass. I wouldn't consider that situation an altruistic situation. But she's in jail. Shout out to the system. Sometimes you do get some justice. But again, you know, ladies, we have provisions set. We can give our children up without her harming them. You know, again, the possession and the connection from the pain, from the first video, mother's birth pains. It's a connection you don't want to give up to the point of deleting them. But we have provisions. We have the foster care. You can put your baby in the boxes. You can drop them off anywhere. You can knock on a neighbor's door and say, I'm struggling and I can't handle this, and pass that baby off. You can. This is where it's gotten. We don't shame that anymore. And we need to. Shame. Each one teach one. And we're neglecting that, ladies, mothers, females. We're neglecting by teaching each other. Neglect. The failure to care for properly. The state or fact of being uncared for. And many of us are not. We're not cared for when we're not giving the information and the knowledge so there can be created understanding. Lord, oh my goodness. Share this. Sound was crazy. Lying ass.
He wrong for that.
Miss Downs. Y'all remember her? Said she got carjacked, shot her kids. She's crazy. And she was lying. I mean, you know, they go in and they show no type of empathy, sympathy, emotion. They're so disconnected. It's amazing. It's an old one. Nope. Yeah. If you know, you know. These ladies is something else. We grew up with a lot of this happening. There's one woman who let her car go into the lake, right? And instead a black man did it. Of course, they found out that wasn't true. It was like in the early 90s as well. So it's very common. It's some mothers that are looked at as excellent mothers, and this winds up happening. It's a lot of news articles I read. Too many to bring them all up here. A Monroe County mom is
A
one.
Frenchtown Township mother charged today with the attempted murder of her 11-year-old son. 48-year-old Sherry Richter is also charged with arson in this very strange case that, as Jason Colthorpe explains, unfolded in a cemetery.
This all began with a father who called police to tell them he was worried his wife was going to hurt their 11-year-old son. He was right. When police found them, they were here in this cemetery. The Monroe County Sheriff says Sherry Richter brought her 11-year-old son here to Roselawn Memorial Cemetery Tuesday morning, tied his wrists, and locked him in their Ford Focus. Then she started a fire in the trunk. Then she moved to where he was sitting in the passenger seat and used gasoline to try and ignite a fire, but she couldn't, and then let him out of the car, and an employee of the cemetery eventually cut his hands loose. Today, Richter appeared in court expressionless and emotionless, despite her husband sitting teary-eyed with family in support of her. She spoke just once when the judge asked if she needed an attorney.
I need one appointed to me.
Police say she had a motive for this bizarre crime, but wouldn't elaborate so as not to compromise the investigation. Her son is physically fine, but police say he is not okay emotionally. Richter's husband did not want to comment on this story, but outside of court today, he told me, "This was not my wife. She wouldn't have done this." In Monroe, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
That wasn't the good mom reflection, because there's some who have a reflection of being a great mom and, you know, a good citizen and community advocate and stuff like that. That wasn't her. Nah. She said gasoline to her child. What's going on in these people's minds? What is the stress? Because they don't find out, they don't say much. But one thing I do know, when they do get to them prisons, some of them ladies get their hands on them. And they get the beat down, the smack down. When they hear what they in there for, oh man, some of them putting it on you. It's going to be a problem the whole time. Shout out to the inmates that's handling, you know, justice inside. I'm just saying. Again, y'all, we just, you know, I'm here to give y'all a little reflection of what's happening, some of the distress that women go through, being pregnant, postpartum depression. Some women go through Munchausen syndrome. It's amazing. So we got to share. We got to teach one another. We got to give them all the tools. The importance of friendship and mentors. It's important. Taking classes, encourage the young women to look for any type of prenatal classes. Forget about all the vitamins. Go take some classes because they have CPR, they have breastfeeding classes, and a lot of your cities offer them. So find out and encourage the children to be better parents on both sides. Mothers, if your boy done went out and got somebody pregnant, you should be there to support them through that. Try to make that transition easy so that child can have their father around, whether these two young people decide to be together or not. We are the models, we are the mentors, and it's something that we have to do as family because they're our legacy. Don't you want to know your children's children? Your distant nieces and nephews? And we create this toxicity. We got to do a better job. And we're not doing that. All this information the kids need to know. They need to know what's going to happen in infancy, in the terrible toddler stages. I used to tell people we didn't go through terrible twos. They were pretty good. We went through horrible threes. Threes was no joke. They were smart little people, man. They're smart. So in toddler stages, they have to learn to manage chaos, not just with the children, but with themselves. Not setting schedules, being consistent, controlling your ups and downs of emotion, recognizing them. You have to recognize them in order to control them. Reaching out when you need help, saying you need help. Again, that was hard for me, even with daddy right there. Can you grab this or grab that and bring it in here? Why? I don't know. I wanted to be Superwoman. Stop it. Stop it. We take on way too much and then we're overwhelmed and we're so used to making it a habit of not asking for help. We don't know how to do it when we need help. Temper tantrums. Oh my God. That's something to learn to manage with each child. Some of my kids, I can have a tantrum and show them what they're doing and they'll stop. That's a tactic. Knowing your children's triggers and, tackling it before the tantrum happens. It doesn't mean giving them everything they want, changing the environment, the situation. Find ways. The little things in toddler stages, remembering everything. Oh, man. It's glorious. It goes so fast. It goes very fast. Hey, Queen Smiley, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you popping in. Sharing some knowledge, trying to give the youth some insight to getting pregnant, the ups and downs, the psychotic breaks, filicide, parents deleting their children. And now we're just, talking about different stages of growth when it comes to children and the things that we need to help each other manage through, because it's not easy. It is not easy. Centering your life. Faith is very important. Finding balance in meditation, and taking those breaks, even if it's a shower in the bathroom, candles and music, something. We all have the tools, the cameras and stuff that we can monitor the kids. And come on now, y'all got that stuff. Be able to take your little breaks, rejuvenate, because they need your energy and it's a lot. Good Lord. They need to know this. B9 is in the building. How you doing? And when we give them all of this, it's like B9, he's caring for his elder parents now, which is a beautiful thing. I give you so much praise and honor for that. And again, we're not far. We don't mind coming to hang a little bit, entertain, be a little different vibe around for them. That's important to me. The elders, they're so important. So if we give and bring honor to our children as far as parents, hopefully they'll in turn honor us with taking care of us when we get old, because it's definitely, reciprocity is important. It's very important, and they need to know the honor of what we do. Man, you got the elementary years. Ooh, y'all, elementary years. If you choose to send your kids to school, the expectations are amazing that we have for our children. But as parents, you have to be prepared. And again, mothers, we pay a lot of attention to detail. You have to keep that up. You have to keep that up, because once they get exposed to school, they're exposed to all other kids and their foolish and bad behaviors, horrible teachers, children who don't know how to speak up for themselves. It's a lot. It's a lot of teaching that goes along with that. Can't just dress them up in pretty freaking ponytails and cute outfits and think that's enough. It's not. School ain't no joke. They learn a lot. They get traumatized from the shit very early. So you need to be mindful and intentional. It's important. You think young people believe that? No. First day of school, all they doing is going, making sure their kids got the flyest of clothes, the best of the uniforms, weaves and wigs. We need to do better. It's more than that, because we stop paying attention to them. They're going to be gaining independence. Pay attention. Find out who's teaching them and how they're teaching them. If your children are able to comprehend what's happening, if they need extra help, tutoring. At elementary years, it's going to be some losing it. You're going to lose your shit. You're going to lose your shit on a kid. You're going to lose your shit on a teacher, the principal, the rules and regulations. Got to learn some self-discipline. It's no joke. Mothers, get this knowledge. Let's move on to middle school. Middle school. Elementary school, you should absolutely be introducing your children to biology and anatomy of the opposite sex, making them very aware of sex, fertility, ovulation, intercourse. All these things need to happen before middle school, because they will tell your children who they are. That is the first one. So you need to make sure that foundation is solidified.
This is a work of art.
The embarrassment they're going to go through with what they don't have and what they have too much of, or they too fat, too skinny, too tall, you not cute, you ugly, it's going down. They need to know the differences of families. The person next door raised their family different than how we raise ours. They need to be aware. They're going to be aware of your ass too, because the kids are watching. Oh, these years, they're watching. They're watching, and they'll get to a point to talk back, tell you about yourself. Prepare for that. They might be big as hell. Some of them sprout up, boop, in middle school. Heartache and strength. Liking the opposite sex, conflicted with what they like and what they don't like. All these things need to talk about. We need to be building with each other, with our kids, but we so, I don't want to tell nobody nothing. I don't want to. Everybody's not doing that good. Some people are struggling through raising these kids. We all need some help. Bree is in the building. Yella is in the building. How y'all doing? Stopping by to show some support. We appreciate it, even if it's for a second. Word up. It's Sunday. We know people got things to do. The Saids. I'm gonna have to make some merch to say that. The Saids. I have to make a cartoon picture of us too. Be cute. But it's just some pointers for us to, have some subtopics to build with each other, high school years. And this is the third one. We got number 3. Finishing up. We got 4. This is number 3, finishing up. Everybody 15 years apart in that group. So, we feel blessed, man. I'm honored that they successfully completed the school of indoctrination, let's just say. Without any fights or suspension or, none of that. And it's really with just us being intentional and being involved, being present, because none of them perfect. They're not perfect. They all go through their stuff. But high school is something for kids, man. We've been there. You was there. You don't remember? Shit. Some of y'all act like y'all still there. I'm just saying. You better train them up. You best train them up. High school's no joke. You're either going to drop out or you're going to succeed. Regulate, monitor social media. Spam accounts. They got extra accounts. They got extra emails. They do. Get in their business. Ain't no mind your business. Get in their business. No privacy. You ain't grown. Find out what they doing. Because some of them going deleting up whole schools. It's not just designated to us brown folk. Some of them going to delete up whole neighborhoods. Know what's going on. Look up under their bed and their mattress. I'm just saying. Always had them kind of how much privacy do you think you have? Not much. Sorry. I need to be accountable for you. Sometimes you're not doing the right thing, and I need to make sure that our foundation is solidified. Show grace and forgiveness. You know, give them room to grow. Give them room to change. They're going to make mistakes. Try to match up the consequences with the offense. And it's hard to do all of that. And this is why we need each other, because we need to share. We need to reflect. Everybody's not going through the same thing, and some of us are going through the same thing. Health checks. High schools, a lot of health stuff going on. Make sure you're monitoring your kids and making sure they monitoring themselves. You got meningococcus, they get shit just from kissing. Make sure they aware, so they're being safe. They're going to be battling with their faith if it's not solidified. So, and again, that beginning video, sometimes us parents are looked at as their God. Make sure they honor that and they respect that. And you have to respect them. Can't just beat your kids up and think they're going to respect you. But we have circumstances where that exists too. Treat your kids with some respect. They are growing up. They will be adults. Make them responsible. Give them consequences. But you got to set standards. You have to set a value compass of what's important. And they're going to decide for themselves what's important. But at least they have a foundation to start with. College years, man. Ooh, letting go. You ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. You're going to be crying just like you cried at the kindergarten graduation and the middle school graduation, high school graduation. And it don't stop. You're going to do it each child. So letting go is important. But they're going to always need us. Make sure that door is always open for questions, concerns. Adulting is no joke. You got to prepare them for that because it's a shocker. And you know, some of them go through a great depression because of it, because of the expectations that we put on them, that society puts on them. All of the expectations is no joke. And they need somebody to mentor. They need somebody to mentor them. They need somebody to, outside of us, to help them with that. You know, teams, groups, clubs, all of that stuff is really important. Positive people. We're not talking about being on the street corner. That's not going to help. We don't want to promote that. You know, praise their successes. Hold them accountable for their failures. That's hard. You know, because if we didn't succeed, then we're going to, you know, pander to some degree. No, we gave you a better foundation and we expect you to do better. Always set that standard for them. Know that everything ain't going to be for them either. All the things that we taught them, they may resist, push away from. Prepare yourself for that. We have no control over these adult people. Your possession. The realization of you can't possess that other human is no joke, and it'll slap you in your face. We got to build with each other. You can go through depression of trying to let go, and so can your child go through the depression of trying to be an adult.
Can I punch your daughter?
No, please don't punch my daughter.
Okay, I will.
Because that's what life will do to them. If we don't prepare them, it can do it to them. And they're not as resilient as the generations before. And they're going to always need our guidance, y'all. Needing more guidance. You have to pay attention to them because we need to know what they like in order to put them in the right position with the right mentors. It's not easy. It's not easy. And doing the work. Do the work. Make sure they understand they got to do the work. They got to do the work. Nothing is just going to be given to you. And be proud, y'all. Got them through. Even if it's just high school, you got them through. Be proud. Be proud that you have created a good foundation for them to thrive as adults. And they're going to take it in their own hands and just wish them the best. You got to just wish them the best. Do all the praying in the world you want. You know? Becoming empty nesters. We're not empty nesters yet. We got some time. But that's challenging too. You know, they're thriving on their own. They don't need you no more. Some people, it affects them in a negative way. You know, some parents have embodied themselves with their children's lives and have nothing outside of that. So when the children become adults and they move on, you know, you might need some therapy. You know, but try to maintain a friendship and a connection now that they're in adults where they want to come back. You know, they want to be involved. They want you to be involved with everything. So as long as you live in my house, there's still going to be some rules and regulations, you know, certain levels of respect and honor that has to go down. I don't care what age you are, you know, and we set that, not you. We set that. You want to live however you want, then you do that on your own. Pay all of your own bills and make sure you're capable of taking care of yourself. Got to look in hindsight. Reflect. Be proud on the sacrifices that you made. Give yourself some kudos. Give yourself some grace for the mistakes that you made. And, you know, we're here. We're supposed to be here now to teach the ones coming up after us. You know, so they can have a better chance and a more successful outcome with their families and their kids. You know, some families fight for friendships, you know, in the nesting years. The kids become adults and you're fighting for a friendship. You know, keep fighting. Keep having that door open, you know, so they're welcome to come back. Now, everybody ain't welcome, y'all. Some people can really burn some goddamn bridges and do some unthinkable shit. And your ass ain't welcome. We're not talking about them, okay? I shouldn't have to throw that disclaimer out, but I will. Some shit I don't want you around. We ain't doing all that. The in-between, the ups and downs, you know, you're not sure how to feel about things, you know. Again, we need each other. We need each other to mentor each other. Because all our kids grow up. How did you deal with it? You know, what kind of things did you get into to help occupy your time and deal with your crazy emotions? You know, it's no joke. But some people actually have peace and quiet and they love it. They've been waiting. They've been waiting 20, 30, 35 years for just peace and quiet. It's no joke. Then the grandkids come and it's crazy.
Hello, motherfucker.
It's on and popping. And again, you know, coming into that grandparent stage, you still feel young, you know, you need to build with others. So if you didn't learn anything today, just know we all need mentors. You know, you're never too old to learn. You're never too old to grow. And this part of helping me throughout all these years, you know, I've always had somebody, you know, to call and say, yo, I'm going through some shit and I need to build a little bit. So, you know, try to be that ear and be that person that can pick up that phone and call somebody and say, I'm struggling, you know, and someone you trust. Absolutely take advantage of allowing your children to go and, you know, take some time over there so you can have some time. Some people are willing, you know, to give you that grace, you know, because we care about you and we care about your kids. It's no joke. And some people don't. Let's take a look. Let's take a break. A little break.
All motherfucking kids on school club. The fucking disrespect. Y'all got to get up and go to work every motherfucking day to take care of y'all. Do y'all know if another nigga baby mama or wife would have dropped dead that y'all would be living everywhere?
She needs a mentor, a friendship. And this is a mother. This is a mother in her own right. These are her boyfriend's kids. She's not stepmom. It's just her boyfriend's kids. You hear how she talking to them? So disrespectful. Okay.
Because he your daddy, he got to take care of y'all. He ain't got to do shit but stay back and die. That's what he got to do. He don't got to take care of y'all. We're just...
You see what she's teaching these kids? Your daddy ain't got to take care of y'all. The audacity of this booger wolf is amazing. Poor kids, to hear this cantankerous woman speak the way she is speaking about their father. Even
I am here to do some good old-fashioned slut shaming.
Yeah! How your daddy at? Who the fuck knows? Don't nobody got to take care of nobody's kids because they their kids. I don't got to take care of none of my kids.
Wait. Nobody got to take care of nobody kids, even if they kids. Oh, what? What? She said, I ain't got to take care of my own kids. Watch her. Lord.
He don't got to take care of y'all. Where Josiah daddy at? Who the fuck knows? Don't nobody got to take care of nobody's kids because they their kids. I don't got to take care of none of my kids if I don't want to.
You see that mindset? You think she's the only woman that has that type of mindset? I don't have to take care of my own kids if I don't want to. This is what we created, the pandering and the coddling of our women. Leave, or you could just leave them in a box. Gentlemen, don't have your children around some shit like this. I'm glad the child was taping because the father probably don't even know. Horrible. Let's go.
Just because I had you, what that means? Absolutely nothing. The state will take you off. Glad.
Oh, yeah, she's fully aware of what the provisions are. Don't worry about that. The state will take you all. You hear this shit? Can't make this up. Gladly, the state will take you. No, yeah, she's crazy. Yeah, we got to pay for that.
I don't got to take care of none of my kids if I don't want to. Just because I had you, what that means? Absolutely nothing. The state will take you off. Glad. Y'all is so fucking disrespectful. Guess what? I don't like y'all.
We can tell. They disrespectful.
She wrong for that, baby.
And the ignorance of the women in the comments. You wouldn't believe how many women agree with this booger wolf. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's amazing. Let's go.
Y'all is so fucking disrespectful. Guess what? I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to deal with y'all. No, none of that. No more. So when your daddy get up here and leave at 8, I'm leaving at 8 too. He gonna have to find somebody to watch y'all, clean up this house, do every motherfucking thing. Because guess what? I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna come here, lay up with your daddy, and take my bitch ass home. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mother of the year. Mother of the year, y'all. Goodness gracious. That's exactly what we saved this video as. Ain't that something? All she want to do is sleep with the daddy, cuss out the kids, be disrespectful. Shit is amazing. Yeah.
Somebody to watch y'all, clean up this house, do every motherfucking thing else. Because guess what? I ain't doing shit. I'm going to come here, lay up with your daddy, and take my bitch ass home.
She was right about that. Bitch ass. She need to take her bitch ass home and don't ever come back. It's amazing. I wonder if these children are in fear to say something to their father about this. I'm so glad it was recorded, and I swear I hope the father left. Run.
You done fucked up, you know that, don't you? I see what I'm saying. I thought. No, so, you know what I'm saying? You done fucked up now, you know that, don't you? No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you?
do something about that, because everybody is not taking care of their stuff. So if it does not apply to you, let it fly. But a lot of you chicks out here.
That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not bullshitting. It's my last day being in this motherfucking house, hollering, screaming, cussing, fussing, when I could be at home yelling at my own fucking kids.
Yeah, I didn't think you was doing anything different with your own goddamn kids. You leave your kids to come over and yell at somebody else's kids. It's amazing the kind of people that we have around. This type of shit is not okay, y'all. It's not okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not bullshitting. It's my last day being in this motherfucking house, hollering, screaming, cussing, fussing, when I could be at home yelling at my own fucking kids all day. I come over here to get away from the bullshit, and guess what? Every day I'm here is bullshit all fucking day with James fucking kids.
Damn, James.
I am done. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all can have y'all nasty, pissy room to yourself. I'm not gonna tell y'all to clean it up. I'm not cleaning that pissy ass. I'm not doing shit.
Hello, motherfucker.
Shame, y'all.
Don't you ever bring me. Don't you ever bring me. I know I'm dead.
I'm not against you guys setting up cameras when you have people take care of your children and make them unaware. You should know how your children are being treated when you're not around. It's like being a fucking fly on the wall. Because this is amazing. I would want to beat the brakes off of her for talking to my children like that, you know, and them not knowing that that's not okay. You understand? To not check that. And if it's like, what are you talking about? You shouldn't even be here. You can leave. That one time. So it shows the children have some type of respect. They're not saying nothing back. So it seems normal. Let's go.
Yourself, I'm not gonna tell y'all to clean it up. I'm not cleaning that pissy ass. I'm not doing shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all want to be pissy and filthy animals sleeping on piss and all that? That's your business. Y'all want to go to school smelling like piss on everybody talking about y'all? That's your business. Baby James, you too, because you sleep in there, so your shit be smelling like piss. Y'all want y'all company, y'all cousins and all that coming over here calling y'all daddy a nasty motherfucker because of how this house look because of y'all? That's your business. Am I the meanest? I don't give a fuck how y'all look so everybody can be clowning on y'all pissy, dusty kids. That's your business. I'm done trying to make y'all better than what the fuck y'all is.
I'm tired of trying to make y'all better than what the fuck y'all is. How you gonna do that and you can't even speak well? Stop lying. If you are building with children about their behavior and the circumstances of the home, you can do that without the potty mouth, the name calling, the insulting, the digging, the shots. It's amazing. That's not how you as a mother figure are supposed to be dealing with the children. Reprimanding them, trying to make them better. You got to show them. You got to show them. And if there's something going on with piss pots, it's a lot of that's happening. That needs to be something that's discussed. You don't shame children for that. You don't do that. You talk about it. You make them comfortable enough to say something's going on. Medically, you have to check to see if something is going on, because sometimes it's that. And allow them the space to not feel shame for it. Don't hide it. Don't hide it. Let's wash it. Make sure we just get it cleaned. It's okay. Change the sheets. Have extra sheets. At least teach them the discipline of that. Cleaning up their mess. She's definitely not doing anything. But a lot of us do go through that. Children do go through that. And you have to guide them through it. Shaming them, blaming them, and treating them like crap is not a way to help that situation. Again, children go through so many stages, and we act like we weren't children before and didn't go through it. So you guys really need to self-reflect a little bit, read a couple of books. Definitely demonic. There's a lot of other words in the chat that we can call this woman. I see him. Square Roots chimed in, would have gotten escorted to the parking lot ASAP for spreading that mess. She could be a hoe in her own house. Y'all need to appreciate that she's seen in y'all home. Ooh. She's not appreciated. The song's not meant for her. She's behaving like that with those children. She absolutely has this same demeanor with her own. Karma Coleon is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is bad mentoring. This is a bad type of energy to have around your children. I don't care if they're relative. That kind of cantankerousness needs to escort, right? Square Roots, we're going to escort your ass to the parking lot, to the front door. We're not doing that here. Ain't no getting away from the bull crap when you are the bull crap. Wherever you go, there you are. Boom. Right? Ain't no running away. You are the shit. Can't run away from the shit.
No matter where you go, you are what you are, player. And you can try to change, but that's just the top layer. Man, you was who you was before you got here.
That's what the kids should have said.
Your daddy gonna have to auto-correct y'all, because I'm done with that shit. Y'all not finna stress me out and make me have a heart attack. I got a bad motherfucking heart. That's why the fuck I keep...
And your ass unhealthy. She's got a bad heart. Blaming the child. Get her.
Correct y'all, because I'm done with that shit. Y'all not finna stress me out and make me have a heart attack. I got a bad motherfucking heart. That's why the fuck I keep trying to tell y'all. Quit pushing me out of my element, because when I get there, I'm there. Can't nobody calm me down. Y'all gonna have to call your daddy or call the police on me.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Now my daughter done told y'all, I do not fucking play. My niece done told y'all. This shit ain't no bullshit. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not none of that. I will fight you niggas up in here.
Wait a minute. She got other women threatening them too? Oh my goodness. James, get your kids.
Y'all gonna have to call your daddy or call the police on me. Now my daughter done told y'all, I do not fucking play. My niece done told y'all. This shit ain't no bullshit. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not none of that. I will fight you niggas up in here.
She gonna fight the kids, y'all. She gonna fight the kids. This is some real mentality, y'all. This is
what you have to remember. The average black woman in America don't get no older than about 14.
She sound like a teenage girl. It's amazing.
Y'all will really, literally hate my fucking guts, because I'm not going nowhere. I'm your daddy, bitch. I'm not obligated to take care of y'all. Do none of that. I'm not married to your daddy. None of that. I can leave your daddy right now and never come back again. And
That's exactly why we speak to marriage. Leave. I know they in their head, they like, leave. Jeez. I'm your daddy's bitch. Poor kids, man.
nowhere. I'm your daddy, bitch. I'm not obligated to take care of y'all. Do none of that. I'm not married to your daddy. None of that. I can leave your daddy right now and never come back again, and it don't mean shit to me, because guess what? Another nigga will be in my life next month.
I heard that shit. I used to hear, you know, it's hard for a man to love a child that's not his, but we obviously see it goes the same way for some women. Okay? Stop pushing that dynamic because some of you females are horrible. This is horrible behavior. Horrible. Disgusting. We don't come into children's lives that don't belong to us and treat them that way. We don't do that. That's shameful. It's not okay. And I might feel very strongly about this because I've had stepfathers. So I knew to never behave that way if I have a stepchild. I love my stepson. And I was so blessed to have him be created before my husband and I, solidified our foundation. To see him be such a great dad before we decided to create our family. Awesome. Awesome man. Awesome father. Kudos to you, man. And he had to choose wisely. He had to make sure that I was the right type of woman to have around his damn child. That's not okay. What Karma say? Why is she saying all of this to children? Because she's a cantankerous, horrible woman. And like she said, she is their father's bitch. She's not there for them in any way, shape, or form. And she's obviously there to make their lives worse. So, that's who she is. It's amazing how she speaks to these kids. I mean, gentlemen, be mindful of who you have around your children. If you're raising your children, or even if you're just dating women, bringing them around your children, have a dialogue with them to make sure that they'll tell you what's going on and that you're not so engulfed in the other person that you won't listen. Some of us get there.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Fucking nuts, because I'm not going nowhere. I'm your daddy bitch. I'm not obligated to take care of y'all. Do none of that. I'm not married to your daddy. None of that. I can leave your daddy right now and never come back again, and it don't mean shit to me, because guess what? Another nigga will be in my life next month.
I am here to do some good old-fashioned slut shaming.
Yeah! But I fuck with your daddy and I love your daddy. I'm here for your daddy. And being that you are with your daddy and you are baggage with your daddy, I choose to take on the baggage.
Another nigga could be here next week, but I love your daddy. The hell? See the mindset we implanting in the kids?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Please.
Here for your daddy. And being that you are with your daddy and you are baggage with your daddy, I choose to take on the baggage. Because I love your daddy. This is a choice. This is not an obligation to me. Do you understand? Do y'all understand? Y'all think a person owe y'all something and don't nobody owe y'all nothing. Stop lying. Okay, your mama passed away. Okay, my daddy been dead for 20-some years.
I might have missed that part when I watched this video. Okay, so your mommy just is dead. And I'm going to self-reflect on me losing a child. The ignorance of this childlike mind of this adult woman is amazing to me. So many of y'all walking around behaving this way. And that shit is shameful. Very shameful. Because the kids have to listen to and try to internalize what you're saying. Some horrible stuff. This is what we have around our kids, y'all.
Do y'all understand? Y'all think a person owe y'all something and don't nobody owe y'all nothing. Okay, your mama passed away. Okay, my daddy been dead for 20-some years. My mama smoked crack my whole fucking life. It's just like I ain't had no mama because she wasn't there. She gave me away when I was 2 days old. So what?
Hurt people hurt people. You know, when it's been done to you, you can just create the dynamic. It's okay. You know, you don't feel no shame. You know, at least I kept my kids, you know, while I got them, I treat them like shit. Just a possession. The way she sounds, she might as well have given hers up at 2 as well. You're over somewhere else being mean and cantankerous when you could be home with your children. It's a lot of support that needs to happen. You know, I put up this postpartum support. It's international, free, confidential calls, you know, or you can call or you can text 1-833-9-HELP-4-MOMS. Postpartum doesn't just stop after 18 months or 2 years. You know, sometimes it's never no getting back to your right state of mind, whatever that is. But we need to be mindful and see when our people are struggling and correct that type of freaking behavior. We need to step our game up when it comes to these kids. You could tell your friend, yo, you ain't got to curse at your kid like that so much. Like, find other words. You're an adult. And we wonder why their mouths are so potty. They learn it very well from us. I hope y'all get what we talking about today. It's a struggle. Mothers are struggling. And they deleting their kids with no problem. It's amazing.
My mom, my siblings, and my whole family, my dad, everyone is gone except for you, and you're in jail because of it. To know that they're gone and you knew, and my phone is being texted by my little sister, who's not even alive, my little brother, who's the sweetest little kid ever. For what purpose? Can you tell me this is God's will for my whole family, including my stepfather, to be dead after everything that you tried to tell me? You can tell me right now that Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world, is on your side. You tell me that.
You know exactly what happened, and they love me, and we're still together forever. They love me, and they are fine, and they do know the truth, and I know the truth, and we're the only people that do. You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened.
No matter what happened, if they're buried in your new husband's backyard, tell me that matters what happened. You tell me that you did this in Jesus' name, Mom.
Buried in a new husband's backyard. Get rid of the old family to start a new family. Didn't see no shame in her demeanor in court. Look like no care in the world. That's where we at, desensitized. Don't really care about them kids. The importance of shame is that it's usually the last step before an ass whooping. It'll humble you. Should. Yeah, queen. It's you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that was her only living son who bears witness to her horrendous acts. Start a new family. Each one teach one. The importance of friendships and mentors. You're gonna always need it. This mentality of we don't need anybody. We're so smart. Don't have to learn or grow. So unrealistic. It's very delusional. And we really need to be more responsible of ourselves and what type of modeling we're doing for the females coming up behind us. It's amazing. Got to do a better job. We got to teach them. Anatomy, reproductive system is important. Teach them young, teach them, no excuses. It's your job. You got to find some honor in it. It's a hard job, y'all. We all know this, right? Let's relay this message to the youth so they're aware. Oh man, but we here. It's Shame Sunday. I got a little information for y'all now. Little resources. Like I said in the beginning, it was such an awesome investment to take a baby nursing and first aid class at 21 years old. A great investment. And I suggest you all do it because your children's lives are in your hand, or just the people around you. You know, be the one to have to step up and know what to do. Because, you know, it's happening. And our kids may lose their life right in front of us. So pay attention. CPR. Check your community. They may be offering free courses, free classes, CPR and the Heimlich maneuver, and first aid. It's very important to have. Old school, new school need to learn though. Definitely need to learn, for real. And if you are choosing to be a parent, please invest. And you can look online, even if you just watch a couple of videos, practice on the teddy bear, you know, practice on each other. Let the children know what's happening, you know, how to call 911. I don't know if we're doing that, being intentional with, you know, teaching these safety strategies to our children. You want them to know to pick up that phone and call 911. You know, because they can save your life. And it's been known little people have definitely, you know, stepped up their game and stepped right in, controlled their emotion, and picked up the phone and called 911. I've listened to so many. Shout out to mom. Calm, y'all. The first step in any situation like that, stay calm. I know it's hard, but stay calm. She did really good. I think the first thing I learned is to sweep their mouth. So if you have opportunity to look inside their mouth and you can see it, you don't want to push it back further. But if it's there and you can pull it out. It's called sweeping of the mouth. But she did the right thing. If that wouldn't have worked, she would have turned that baby over and did, you know, the proper Heimlich maneuver from the front, which we'll see in the next couple of videos. That was a infant stage. I think I got child stage and high school stage. So again, you know, teachers, lunchroom aides, they all need to be equipped with the Heimlich maneuver. It's just, you know, it's something that it is a great investment because they're not aware. And your children need to be aware of the universal sign for it. They have to stand up. They have to let somebody know that they are choking. I noticed that a lot of people don't do much. They just sit there instead of standing up, banging on something, letting somebody know you're choking. Fuck the embarrassment, because that's the first step. You're choking and you're embarrassed about it. You got to stand up and acknowledge that this is happening so someone can, you know, help you. Every time I see those videos, it's no joke because I've had to do it quite a few times. Even in my young years, my niece Brittany was choking on an Oreo, and I was probably about 14 years old. Big ass Oreo. Imagine that being shoved in her throat, and it done swole, right, because of the saliva. So I had to keep scooping it out and patting on her back, and we wound up getting it out. But it was a scary situation to have children monitoring children without being equipped with these types of tools to stay calm and know what to do. And they're capable. This is the thing. They're very capable. You know, we practice CPR and stuff on the teddy bear with Madison, you know, and just the safety precautions, calling 911. Yeah, you know, in a minute, I'm going to have you guys come up, you know, I'm going to drop the link. And if anybody has any questions or comments about what I talked about today, want to build, you're welcome to come up for a few minutes. I'm gonna give you guys a second to share the stream, or take a look at this video real quick. Take a second. Right. It's no joke. You might not want to do it.
Heart-stopping moment as a woman starts choking in her kitchen. Husband over 448 lives saved. Her husband grabs something above the refrigerator. Panic ensues as Jennifer Bryant chokes on a hot meatball while her terrified daughter looks on.
I guess it was too hot and she aspirated it and had a complete airway blockage.
Jennifer's husband, Stefan, remains calm and puts something over her mouth. He pulls a plunger on the device, but she's still choking. He pulls it again, and you can see the look of relief on Jennifer's daughter's face.
Your heart must have been pounding.
It was pretty intense. In the video, you can hear our daughter screaming, and I tell her, please stop screaming. I can't think, because I know that when you panic, you can't make good decisions.
So, what was Stefan using? It's a portable airway clearing device called a LifeVac. Arthur Lee, the founder and CEO of LifeVac, put a piece of pancake in a dummy's mouth to show us how it works.
As simple as place, push, pull.
You don't think it can happen to you, but it did. And this thing saved her life. It was just amazing, and it was so easy to use. There you go.
Jennifer says she's lucky to be alive.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being there for me and saving my life.
Too much, you might. 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 Too much, too many crabs in a barrel, but I'd rather hang around family and battle. It's too much, too many dripping in sauce, and I ain't hating on nobody, they can get lost. It's too much, trying to help a nigga out, the only thing they care about is internet cloud. It's too much, niggas sounding like each other and they all dead wrong, they don't even get along. Too much, you might. 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 Too much drip, you might slip. 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 Too much.
Better get yourself a LifeVac. Get you one of those. They got them on Amazon. Put it on top of your refrigerator. Know how to use it though. Because everybody is not equipped to, jump into action or know what to do. So, somebody invented that, which is very creative, very innovative. Man. All right. Let's see, I think I got a couple more. What are we talking about today? We're talking about filicide. It's the deliberate act of a parent deleting their own child, deleting one's son and daughter, or multiple. And it's more common than we think. There's 5 types of filicide: altruistic, acutely psychotic, accidental filicide, fatal maltreatment, rolling over on the child, unwanted child, spouse revenge filicide. So there's quite a few reasons for it. So we talked about that today. We had a couple of videos of what it looks like. And I definitely spoke a lot about mentoring and friendship, and us ladies stepping our game up with doing that and assisting one another through these hard times, because it's not easy. It's not easy being pregnant, trying to get pregnant, building a family, having one. It's not easy. And we can learn some things from one another. Each one teach one. So now I'm kind of promoting go out and get CPR and Heimlich maneuver first aid classes so you guys can protect each other, possibly save one another's lives. It's very important. It's a cheap class. We out here spending money on any and everything else. You can take a couple of dollars and put it towards that. Just go on YouTube, kind of teach yourself. But you definitely want the certification and be taught properly so you're not, well, you can possibly hurt somebody. You might need to in doing CPR. So, you know, these things you need to know. Let's watch another video of somebody getting their life saved.
This child is choking. He's showing that universal sign of choking. He runs to his teacher quickly. She jumps into action without thinking. She starts doing the Heimlich maneuver. She starts those abdominal thrusts, and she helps to get the object out of his throat, as you can see here. She literally saves this child's life in a moment's notice. Guys, if you don't know how to do the Heimlich maneuver, you really should learn, because literally, you could save a life just as this teacher has done here.
Shout out to that teacher. The joy that I would have showed that teacher knowing that she had to do that for my child is amazing. We have to give kudos when it's deserved. And she probably deserved a whole pizza party. I'm just saying, you know, I hope the parents gave her some praise, you know, and all our teachers need to be equipped like that because they are around our children, sneaking, eating candy in the class. You know what I mean? So, you know, I promote this first aid, Heimlich maneuver, CPR. Look in your city. They may have free classes. Now let's watch the high school level. As kids get bigger. Shout out to the baseball coach. Salute to you, sir. Much appreciated. I would suggest if the person is able to understand what you're saying, get them to stand up. It'll be easier to do. These tools are important to have, man. That can happen so easily. I think when my husband first met me, I was a choking victim. You hear me? Chewing on some gum in my van. Remember that? Had to pull over to the side. I wasn't even choking off the gum. The spit went down the wrong way and choked me up. You don't need no Heimlich for that. You just need to pat them on the back till it clears. Hold your arms up. These things are important. All right, y'all. Anybody don't want to come up? You know, appreciate everybody popping in. It's been a great Sunday. I hope you learned something today. I hope you'll try to be a little bit more conscious around the women around you that are with child. You know, ask questions. Do they need any help? Like, because some of us don't say anything. And it creates this dynamic of filicide, and we do not want that, especially if we can be prevented. And even for the ones who look like they're doing good, we still need mentors and friendships. Please help James and his kids with that horrible step lady. She ain't no stepmom. Goodness gracious. She sounded like a 14-year-old child in there yelling at kids. Whew. I'm going to check on James when we get done with this, y'all. Somebody know him. You know, I appreciate your hubby on the ones and twos, always coming in and dropping everything real quick. It's a beautiful thing how we can connect and go back and forth. Yeah. Y'all want that. You can get there. You can get there. I'm just saying. Shout out to my guy. And me, my talk too. Come on, let's do that too.
I work in videos, but really I want to be my own star in the videos because I want to become a pop singer and a rock singer and write my own songs, produce my own songs. And then I want to try an actress because people tell me how talented I am. I'm a natural and stuff like that. So then I'm going to write my own stories and direct my own stories.
He said, she said. Word, I appreciate y'all popping in and spending a little time with me today. I decided to do this because I came across this book. You know, I always like good books. Everyday Grace for Mothers, 60 Devotions. You know, you don't understand how much positive influence we need. And we need it. We need it from our sisters. We need it from our brothers, our mothers, our aunties, the women on the street, the people who give up their seat. We need it. Got to be shown a little grace. It's not easy to carry a life in your body, you know. And, you know, I like to bring a lot of awareness to the young woman so they are fully comprehending what they're getting themselves into. Because everybody is not going to have a good or positive situation. And they need to be aware of all of it. The doctors are not going to tell you. Let me just tell you that. When you get pregnant, you're pregnant and they'll tell you about the next appointment. You know, yeah, if you don't ask any questions, they're pretty much not telling you anything. They will push prenatal pills and that's about it. Shout out to the nurses. They're way better. So we be those guiding lights, you know, give them a list of questions to ask when they go in. You know, these things are important. I have to do that now because I get in there and be discombobulated. And I need to know what I want to ask so I don't get thrown off by the doctor just trying to push you to the side, which is what they do absolutely for us Black women. And y'all know this. They don't care about us in these medical institutions. They need to be aware of that as well. They do not have your best interest at heart. I'm going to throw that out there. Shame. And the more you know, the better equipped you'll be. And they'll see the knowledge in you. So you will be treated differently because you're knowledgeable. You know, it's not just a fluke and you need them to tell you or guide you. You already guided by us, which is that's how it's supposed to be. We just need them to help us bring the child out of us. So make sure you create, you know, positive people around you. And you have to try to create positivity in yourself. You got to find things for yourself. Reading, music, calming techniques, meditation, all these things are very important. You cannot depend on somebody else for your happiness. Not at all, especially when you become pregnant, because your mind is not yours. There is an alien in there and you absolutely have no control over what's happening. The most you control is what you eat. And please eat healthy, drink a lot of water. All of these things really help you when it's time for delivery. A positive mindset, a healthy body, a peaceful and calming environment for you to create this life and to bring it home. So, you know, we need to be more assistant with our sisters, you know, let them know help is here, you know, even if it's just for an ear to vent, you know, we got to be that for one another. So, you know, I hope y'all are going to try to push that kindness and push that support, friendship and mentorship to one another because, you know, each one teach one. You know, don't just use it as a cliche. Live it, be it. Because our women don't care. We are raising a society of women that want to destroy and not create. So I'm here to try to change that dynamic. You guys have an awesome week. I really appreciate you for popping in. Share the stream with someone you think that would enjoy it or learn something from it, even the young folk. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. Let's get this dinner together.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies. Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant